It is perhaps the most important regular season game remaining for the Mat-Su Miners as we are here at Herman Brothers Field for the site of Alaska Baseball League action between your Mat-Su Miners and the Anchorage Bucs. Hello again, everybody. Brandon Monty with you alongside Nick Veland here on YouTube Live, broadcasting you Mat-Su Miners Baseball. The Miners come into today's contest 22-14. This is game number 37 of the 43rd season of Miners Baseball as they play host to the Anchorage Bucs for the 11th and final time this regular season. The two teams split the first 10 matchups of the year and even 5-5 on the season. The Miners looking to take this season series and own the tiebreaker if there were to be a tie at the end of the regular season. Let's look at the starting lineup for the visiting Anchorage Bucs, managed by Grant Palmer. Isaac Barrera bats leadoff. He's in center field. Chad Castillo, the number 2 hitter, he is in left field. Blake Paw bats third. He is in right. Cheney Rogers is the cleanup hitter, and he'll be doing the DHing. Batting fifth is the first baseman Ryan Sullivan. Sixth is shortstop Cole Tate. Seventh, the catcher Caden Hobson. Eighth is the third baseman Braxton Brofin. And rounding out the order is Spencer Long. He will play second. On the mound today for the Mat-Su Miners, making his 8th start on the season out of Tucson, Arizona, by way of the University of Arizona, it's right-hander number 7, George Arias. Arias, a 5'11", 177-pound right-hander from Tucson, 2-3 record on the year, 5.63 earned run average in 32 innings of work. Opponents hitting .280 against the righty so far this year, who's allowed 33 hits, 20 runs, all of which have been earned, 1 home run, 35 strikeouts, 18 walks. In Arias' last outing on July 16th against the Chinooks, he went 3 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, 5 hits on 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The Mat-Su Miners going with their camouflage uniforms tonight with gold lettering and numbering, with gold caps, white pants, and most players wearing green socks up to the knees. For the Anchorage Bucs, they are going with their black road jerseys with gold lettering and numbering, with the B on the left side of the chest and the number on the lower right part of the jersey, with gray pants, similar to the Pittsburgh Pirates of the Major League Baseball. Isaac Barrera is set to dig in. The speedy leadoff hitter will step into the left-handed batter's box. Third baseman Tanner Carlson playing above the bag, and now center fielder Eric Webb playing in the gap in left center, as they are expecting a slap hitter here in Barrera. First pitch to him on the way is a fastball in there on the outside corner for a called strike one, and we're underway from Herman Brothers Field in Palmer, Alaska. First pitch coming in at 6:02 on a mostly cloudy and hazy evening for baseball, as the 0-1 is bounced over to third. Tanner Carlson's got it, throws over to first as Barrera hits right into the shift. Carlson wasting no time, good reaction there on the 5-3 ground out for out number 1. Defensive alignment behind George Arias looks like this for the Miners, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Sam Thompson is the catcher, Aaron Walters at first, Cody Huff at second, Caden Hogan at short, and Tanner Carlson, who just recorded the putout, is over at third base. Then in the outfield, Kobe Boulware's in left field, Eric Webb is in center, and rounding things out is the right fielder, Colin Montez. Arias into his windup, first pitch on the way, in there, right down the middle with the fastball for a called strike one. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Arias as another lefty stepping up for the Bucs. It's Chad Castillo. The 0-1 pitch in there at the knees. Good off speed from Arias, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Arias wasting no time with these first 2 Bucs hitters as got Castillo down in the count 0-2. He takes a deep breath, goes into his windup. 0-2 pitch on the way. Fastball misses high and outside, 1-2. George Arias, a fastball that tops out at about 90 miles an hour, consistently hits in the 87 to 88 range. Goes into the windup again, 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball had Castillo tied up in knots there on the inside corner for a swinging strike 3, and it's 2 up, 2 down for Arias to start the top of the first inning. Great off-speed pitch there by Arias on what looked like a curveball. Castillo goes down swinging. 17th time this year he's been struck out, as coming up to bat is one of the most dangerous power hitters in the ABL in Blake Paw. 2 Arizona Wildcats going mano-a-mano here as the first pitch is fouled straight back off the chain link fence, making up the backstop here at Herman Brothers Field. It's 0-1. As we can see by the American flag in center field, there is a bit of a breeze blowing out towards left field today. As Arias goes into his windup, working quickly, the 0-1 pitch waved at and missed by Paw as he could not catch up to the fastball, and it's 0-2. Arias has been in good command of the strike zone here through these first three batters, has thrown just one ball out of the zone. He's ready now, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just off the outside part of the plate. Good pitch there, and a good eye by Paw to lay it off as it's 1-2. Paw, the current Alaska Baseball League leader in home runs with 8 round trippers entering today's ball game, digs into the right-handed batter's box. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball misses upstairs, 2-2. Paw steps out with his Arizona red and blue cleats and batting gloves. The right-hander takes a couple of practice hacks and steps back in with an open stance. Righty on righty matchup, 2-2 pitch on the way, bounced over to short. Caden Hogan picks it up, throws over to first base, just in time to beat Paw at the bag for out number 3, and the side is retired. George Arias sets down the top of the Bucs order, 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Miners coming to bat in the bottom half. We'll have their lineup for you here shortly. Still scoreless after a half inning of play. Back with you after a very quick top of the first inning that saw George Arias set down the first 3 men of the Bucs order 1-2-3 as we take a look at the Miners lineup put forth by manager Tyler LeBrun. Kobe Boulware bats leadoff. He's in left field. Cody Huff hitting second and playing second this evening. Eric Webb bats third and center. Tanner Carlson is hitting cleanup. He's at third base. Justin Kirby bats fifth. He'll be doing the DHing. Aaron Walters bats sixth at first base. Sam Thompson, the number 7 hitter, he'll be doing the catching. Colin Montez bats 8th. He's in right field, and rounding out the order is Caden Hogan. He will play short. On the mound today for the Anchorage Bucs, making his 10th appearance on the year and 4th start from Irvine, California, by way of UC Irvine, right-hander Michael Frias. Frias, a 6-foot, 185-pound righty from Irvine, California, 2-0 on the year, 3.10 ERA in 29 innings of work. This is his 4th appearance this year against the Mat-Su Miners. In his first 3 appearances against the Green Machine, Frias, 12 innings and 4 runs allowed. He has come in relief twice against the Miners, and this will be his 2nd start of the year against Mat-Su. Kobe Boulware digs into the box, and we are just about ready to start the bottom of the first. First pitch for Michael Frias runs inside. Boulware ducks out of the way. It's 1-0. Kobe Boulware has been hot since arriving in Palmer. 7 RBIs in his last 5 games as he awaits the 1-0. Another fastball, again missing inside. It's 2-0 to the speedy leadoff hitter from Anthem, Arizona. Boulware enters today's ball game hitting .292. The 6-foot right-hander Frias is ready on the right side of the rubber. The 2-0 pitch on the way. A fastball again in the same spot inside, and it's 3-0 now.
Yeah, Frias is lacking a lot of control early, missing inside that same part of the plate 3 times in a row here. So Boulware definitely taking all the way. Wait until Frias can show him something good.
3-0 pitch on the way in there at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike 1. So Boulware taking all the way. It's 3-1 now as he digs back in, gripping the bat with his white and red Arkansas Razorback batting gloves. The 3-1 pitch is lined foul just to the left of third base coach David Dennis, so the count has run full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody down here. Boulware leading things off for the Miners in the bottom of the first. A scoreless ball game here at Herman Brothers Field. Payoff pitch on the way. Inside, and it gets to the backstop, ball 4. So all 4 pitches that missed for Frias missed inside as Boulware had to duck out of the way numerous times in that at-bat. He now stands on first base, 14th walk of the year for Kobe Boulware, as Cody Huff will step into the right-handed batter's box.
And whenever Boulware gets on base, always a threat to steal, as and he's just a dangerous, and he gets in the pitcher's head really early on in ball games if he gets on base. So a good start to get Boulware on here. We'll see what Cody Huff can do here to possibly get him over.
Boulware gets his lead from first base. As you mentioned, Nick, always a threat to steal a base, as the first pitch to Cody Huff, a fastball in on the inside corner, called strike one. Boulware this year, 11 for 12 in stolen bases. He's tied for third in the Alaska Baseball League in that department after just 17 games. Free is now working from the stretch off the right side of the rubber. Boulware fakes to go, but instead goes back to first as the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, misses low and outside. Good eye by Huff. Count evens 1-1. Boulware needing just 17 games to get in the top 3 in stolen bases. Everyone else in the top 10 of stolen bases has played at least 26 games this season. 1-1. Fastball misses inside, 2-1. Most of the pitches that Michael Frias has thrown out of the zone have been inside. That's 5 fastballs now that have missed off the inside corner for the right-hander. As he'll try to hone in his command here, middle infield in double play def with the shortstop and second baseman playing close to the bag. As a throw over to first, Boulware dives back in safely with a head-first slide. Cody Huff stands back in, 6 for 24 against the Bucs this season. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Frias is ready, comes set at the belt, and now throws back over to Boulware, who slides in safely once again. Crowd starting to make its way in here to Herman Brothers Field on a crucial evening for the Miners if they want to stay in the hunt for first place at the end of the regular season and try to get home field advantage in the playoffs, as again Frias throws over at Boulware, and again he dives back in safely. The TCU Horned Frog turned Arkansas Razorback gets his lead. Frias gives the nod to his catcher. 2-1 pitch on the way. Boulware's on the move. The pitch is grounded over to short. Up with it is Cole Tate. Boulware standing at second now as Tate throws over to first to retire Huff. So the hit and run partially successful there on a ground ball that could have potentially been turned into a double play. Instead, Boulware now standing at second. Huff is retired. And that'll bring up the red-hot Eric Webb. Webb a hit in all but 5 of the games he's played for the Miners so far this year, 26 of 31 on the season. Currently leads the ABL in average, runs, RBIs, and doubles. Righty on righty matchup here, first pitch to him. Waved at and missed, strike one. Webby out in front of an off-speed pitch on the outside corner. As charge chants emerge here at Herman Brothers Field, fans still making their way in on a hazy yet still very nice night for baseball. Temperature 78 degrees at first pitch with mostly cloudy skies. 0-1 pitch, another swing and a miss by Webb, and it's quickly 0-2. Eric Webb, a .362 hitter entering today's ball game. Also leads the ABL with a .603 slugging percentage. Leads every other hitter by at least 78 points in that category. He has been hitting the cover off the ball this season. 0-2 is bounced over towards short, backhanded by Cole Tate, throws over to first just in time to beat Webb at the bag, and Kobe Boulware advances another 90 feet to third, as the Miners now have a runner 90 feet from scoring, 2 down, with the cleanup man Tanner Carlson coming up to bat. Carlson hitting in the cleanup spot once again for the Miners, stands in. A native of Elk Grove, California by way of Long Beach State University. Carlson has a hit in 5 of his last 7 games. Stands into the right-handed batter's box with an open stance. Bat in front of the letters of the jersey as the first pitch to him, a fastball in there at the knees for a late called strike one. Defensive alignment for the Bucs, Caden Hobson catching, Ryan Sullivan at first, Spencer Long at second, Colt Tate at short, Braxton Brophin at third, Castillo in left, Barrera in center, Paw in right. 0-1 pitch is bounced foul. Carlson out in front of that one as he skips it over towards the Bucs dugout on the third base side, and the count is now 0-2. After starting off this inning with a walk, Michael Frias has honed in his control as he's now set down the last two Miners as he looks to work himself out of a jam. Miners look to strike first in the bottom of the first. 0-2 pitch is a check swing. They'll appeal down to first base, and they say he went around for a swinging strike three. So that'll retire the side. Miners get the leadoff man aboard on a walk, but can't do anything with him. They leave him stranded at third. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. We're through one here at Herman Brothers Field. The Bucs and Miners tied. It's a scoreless ball game, 0-0.
Off the Bucs second, the DH number 21, Cheney Rogers.
Heart of the order for Grant Palmer's Bucs coming up here, top of the second inning. Still no score between the top two teams in the ABL, the Anchorage Bucs and the Mat-Su Miners. Brandon Monty with you here on YouTube Live alongside Nick Veland. Happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners baseball. First pitch on the way to Cheney Rogers, a fastball on the lower and outer part of the plate. Good locating there by the right-hander George Arias for a called strike one. Rogers, a left-handed hitter, hitting .222 on the season. As the 0-1 pitch to him misses low, right around the feet for a ball, 1-1.
And Arias really showing a lot of command of the strike zone early on in this ball game. All batters he's faced, he's got ahead in the count with that first pitch strike.
1-1 pitch misses outside. Fastball just misses off the black. It's 2-1. No hits in this ball game through one inning. Cheney Rogers digs in. Ryan Sullivan waiting in the on-deck circle for the Bucs. 2-1 pitch is waved at and missed by Rogers for strike two. Rogers 2 for 12 this past weekend in the Anchorage Mayor's Cup Series that pinned the Bucs against the Glacier Pilots. The Pilots taking that series in a clean sweep, 3-0 as the 2-2 pitch waved at and missed for strike three. Second strikeout of the ball game for George Arias. As there's one down now, nobody on in the top of the second, and coming up to bat is Ryan Sullivan. Sullivan, an opposing figure in the batter's box, 6'5", 225-pound infielder from Aurora, Colorado by way of Gonzaga. Stands in second in the Alaska Baseball League with 6 homers. First pitch to him on the way, big hack by Sullivan, but he came up empty. It's 0-1. Sullivan only trailing his teammate Blake Paw in round trippers this season. His last homer, July 20th against the Pilots. 0-1. Another swing and a miss by Sullivan, and George Arias drawing a lot of swings and misses here so far as he's got Sullivan down in the count 0-2. Arias takes a deep breath. Sullivan digs into the right-handed batter's box with an open stance. Thompson gives him the signal. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Fastball misses upstairs. Tried to get Sullivan to chase one, but he laid off. It's 1-2. The Anchorage Bucs enter today's ball game 25-12, first place in the ABL. Miners 22-14, 2.5 games out as the 1-2 pitch is waved at and missed for strike three. 2 up, 2 down via swinging strikeout for George Arias in the top of the second. He now has 3 punch-outs, and that'll bring up Cole Tate. 5 up, 5 down here for the Bucs. To start this game, George Arias working quickly and efficiently as he's been painting the strike zone left and right. Cole Tate stands in, the shortstop today for the Bucs, a native of Bishop, Georgia, by way of the University of Georgia. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to Tate on the way. Fastball upstairs for ball 1. Cole Tate has been surging as of late. He's now 4th in the ABL and average at .308. From the windup, the 1-0. Another fastball misses inside and upstairs, 2-0. Tate, 12 hits over his last 8 games, and during that span, he has 5 multi-hit games. Tate digs in, catcher Caden Hobson waiting in the on-deck circle. As the 2-0 pitch from Arias is bounced over to short. Backhanded by Hogan, throws over to first in time for out number 3. Chalk it up 6-3 if you're keeping score at home as George Arias works his second consecutive 1-2-3 inning to start the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on base for the Bucs. Miners coming back up to the dish. Bottom of the second coming up, still no score. Bottom of the second here at Herman Brothers Field. Still no score between the Anchorage Bucs and the Mat-Su Miners in what's been a pitching duel thus far. Still no hits between these two squads. 5, 6, 7 coming up for Mat-Su. Justin Kirby's going to lead things off. Aaron Walters will follow him, and Sam Thompson in the hole. Michael Frias back out on the mound for the Bucs. His second start of the year against the Miners. His first 6 outings of the season were in relief, but his last 3 have been starts. Free is working from the stretch to start the bottom of the second. Righty on righty matchup as the first pitch to Justin Kirby, a breaking ball on the lower and outer part of the plate, called strike 1. The Miners have won the last 6 games where Justin Kirby has an RBI as the Alpharetta, Georgia native stands into the right-handed batter's box. 0-1 pitch, another breaking ball. Kirby wisely lays off this one in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Michael Frias made his season debut in relief against the Miners back on June 16th. Went 4 innings, 3 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. As the 1-1 pitch misses inside and low for a ball, 2-1. Hazy night here at Herman Brothers Field as the sun tries to peer its way through the clouds. Temperature at game time, 78 degrees. 2-1. Is lined down the left field line, and this one could be trouble. That could be extra bases for Kirby. He rounds first, and Chad Castillo bobbling the ball in left field and picks it up, throws to the shortstop. Kirby unable to advance, but it's a leadoff single nonetheless, and the Miners have their first hit of the evening.
Now batting, your first baseman, number 15, Aaron Walters.
That's the 11th hit of the year for Justin Kirby against the Bucs. 11 for 37 now on the year against Anchorage, as that'll bring up Aaron Walters. Walters an RBI in 7 of his last 8 games. He's tied for second on the minors in that statistic. Enters today's ball game with 18 of them. Middle infield in double play Def, as the shortstop and second baseman playing close to the bag as the first pitch to Walters misses outside 1-0. Walters has played multiple positions for the minors this year. Wherever they've asked him to go, he has responded and played there well. Catcher, first base, DH, and outfield. Kirby gets his lead from first. Walters squares to bunt, pulls it back, but the pitch is a called strike anyway as the count now evens at 1-1. Walters standing in, a left-handed hitter from Kerrville, Texas, by way of Texas A&M. 228 hitter, had a season-high 3 hits versus the Bucs back on June 24th. Frias throws over to Kirby at first. He dives back in head first safely. The Miners have won the last 3 games here at Herman Brothers Field against the Bucs, and 4 of the last 5 matchups total. Frias ready from the belt. Kirby's on the move. The 1-1 pitch misses outside. Swing and miss as Kirby slides into second base safely. Looked like the Miners were attempting a hit and run there as Walters swung on a pitch that was way out of the strike zone, as he's now down in the count 1-2, but in the meantime, Justin Kirby steals his 5th base on the year in 6 tries. Miners have a man in scoring position. Nobody out. Aaron Walters at the dish, down in the count 1-2. Wally stands in with an open stance in the left-handed batter's box. 1-2 pitch is bounced over to first, just to the right of the chalk, foul. So the count remains 1-2. The Anchorage Bucs have been in first place in the ABL for over a month now. For a large majority of the season, they have been the top dogs in the Alaska Baseball League. As mentioned, they are currently holding a 2.5 game lead over these Mat-Su Miners. This is their final head-to-head meeting this season as the 1-2 pitch is hit in the air out to left center field. The speedy Barrera drifts to his right, makes the catch. Kirby thinks about tagging up, but quickly retreats back to the bag. Walters unable to advance Kirby on the fly ball. Kirby still standing on second, 1 out, and now his teammate at Kent State, Sam Thompson, is coming up.
Now batting, your catcher number 18, Sam Thompson.
Sam Thompson, a 197 hitter on the year, went 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts during the Miners' doubleheader yesterday against the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. The Miners splitting that doubleheader, taking game 1 on the strength of a complete game from Kyler Busch and then dropping game 2 3-1. First pitch to Thompson. Fastball misses on the inside part of the plate, and the count now 1-0. Thompson has taken a beating recently at catcher, but he has showed toughness and persistence. A tough kid, native of Bremen, Georgia, stands back in the right-handed batter's box. Frias comes set at the belt from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch is bounced over to second base. Up with it is Spencer Long, throws over to first in time for out number 2, and Kirby advances another 90 feet to third base. Similar situation to the bottom of the first inning for the Miners. Leadoff man reaches base. The next 2 men both advance him 90 feet as there's now a runner on third with 2 outs for the second inning in a row with Colin Montez digging in. Montez, a season-high 2 RBIs versus the Bucs back on June 28th, digs into the left-handed batter's box. Michael Frias looking to work his way out of another jam. First pitch to Montez, fouled straight back off the chain link fence, making up the backstop here at Herman Brothers Field as the count is now 0-1. As mentioned, the Miners splitting their doubleheader yesterday with the Chinooks. Miners 4-6 this year in 5 doubleheaders. Montez stands in with an open stance. The 0-1 pitch on the way to him. Check swing. They appeal down to third. Third base umpire says no go. Counts even 1-1. Opponents hitting .219 this year against Michael Frias. 23 hits, 11 runs, 10 of which have been earned. 20 strikeouts, 12 walks as the 1-1 pitch misses high and outside for ball 2. Other action in the ABL tonight. The Anchorage Glacier Pilots squaring off with the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. The Peninsula Oilers have the night off. 2-1 is popped foul over the press box to the left side, out of play. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. With locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla, you're always covered if a foul ball does damage to your car. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Runner at third, 2 outs, 2-2 count to Colin Montez. Pitches on its way, is waved at and missed for strike 3, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base for the Miners in the bottom of the second. We're through 2 here at Herman Brothers Field. Still no score between the Bucs and the Miners. Top of the third coming up here at Herman Brothers Field. No score between the Anchorage Bucs and the Mat-Su Miners through 2 innings. Brandon Monty with you alongside Nick Velan on YouTube Live. Happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners baseball all season long. This is game number 37 of the 43rd season of Miners ball, and perhaps their most important game remaining on their regular season schedule, as Caden Hobson digs in and takes a first pitch ball below the knees. 1-0 the count. Second time this year, Arias has squared off against the Bucs as he goes into the windup. 1-0 pitch is lined to left field, and this one will drop in front of the left fielder Kobe Boulware for a base hit. Caden Hobson extends his hit streak to 8 games with that single. He now stands on first base, first hit of the ball game for the Anchorage Bucs. Runner at first, nobody down, and that will bring up Braxton Brofin, the 8th hitting third baseman. George Arias allowed a season-high 7 hits versus the Bucs the last time he faced them back on June 24th. Also allowed a season-high 5 runs in that start as well. Hobson gets his lead from first. Arias now working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber. First pitch on the way to Braxton Brofin. Misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Brofin started off his 2019 ABL season in a slump, but has picked things up as of late. 6 runs and 4 hits over his last 4 games. Arias from the left side of the rubber is ready as the 1-0 pitch is popped foul to the right side. We'll see if it stays in play. Walter's running after it, and he's not going to get this one as it drifts foul into the seats, out of play. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. With locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla, you're always covered if a foul ball does damage to your car. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Righty on righty matchup as Brofin stands back into the box. Middle infield in double play def as the 1-1 pitch again sliced foul to the right side, and once again it goes out of play. Arias ahead in the count, 1-2. Brofin, a native of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, enters today's ball game, a 174 hitter. The Anchorage Bucs as a team hitting 255. That's tied for first in the Alaska Baseball League. 1-2. In the dirt and outside, 2-2. The Bucs also first in the ABL as a team in slugging percentage, runs per game, triples, and home runs. Hobson gets his lead from first. He has 1 stolen base on the year in 1 attempt. 2-2 pitch. Lined foul off the chain link fence, making up the backstop, and the count remains even at 2-2. The Anchorage Bucs have lost 3 of their first 5 road games so far in the month of July. The Miners 4-1 in July here at Herman Brothers Field. Their lone loss coming on July 18th against the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. 2-2 pitch is grounded back to the pitcher. Arias picks it up, throws over to second for 1. Now back to first. It's a twin killing. Double play ball as the Miners make it look easy. Chalk that one up as 1-6-3. Arias to Hogan to Walters. As the Miners kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. 2 down now, nobody on base. And the 9th hitting second baseman Spencer Long coming to the dish.
Now batting second baseman number 17.
Great play by Arias there to field that ball and look immediately to second to make sure that he can get that runner out, get the lead runner. He was able to make that play and a good turn by Hogan to throw it down to first in time for the double play.
First pitch on the way to Spencer Long, misses high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Long listed as a pitcher on the Anchorage Bucs roster. This is his first at-bat of the season for the Bucs. 1-0 pitch on the way to him. Another fastball misses upstairs for a ball, 2-0. Long also listed as an infielder. A native of El Segundo, California by way of El Camino Junior College. It's another righty-on-righty matchup with the top of the order. In center fielder Isaac Barrera waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-0 pitch on the way. Fastball poked foul to the right side over the first base dugout. Out of play. Count now 2-1. That foul ball brought to you by the Palmer Bar. Now with outdoor seating, you can enjoy a refreshing drink and good friends outdoors in the Alaska sunshine. Located in downtown Palmer, the Palmer Bar is a great place to grab a bite to eat. As the 2-1 pitch misses outside, 3-1. One of the few times today that Arias has been behind in the count, as it's a hitter's count now to the Bucs 9-hitter Spencer Long. 3-1, nobody on, 2 outs. Pitch on its way is popped in the air, foul over the press box as it sails above us out of play, and the counts run full, 3-2.
This is the first time on the day Arias has got a count to 3 balls. So that's how effective he has been on the mound today, really commanding that strike zone, getting hitters to swing, and hits a lot of ground balls with 4 already on the day with ground outs, and really been effective on the mound for the Miners so far.
George Arias takes a deep breath on the hill, goes into his motion. 3-2 pitch on the way is sliced foul to the right side, once again going out of play. Count remains full, 3-2. Arias in his 8th start of the year made 21 appearances this past year at the University of Arizona, one of which was a start. No decisions, 7.63 earned run average. Another payoff pitch on the way. It is upstairs. Check swing by Long, but he didn't go around, so it's ball 4. First walk of the ball game for Arias as Long trots down to first, and it's back to the top of the order for Anchorage with Isaac Barrera. Barrera enters today's ball game a .303 hitter. In his first time around, he bounced out to third. As we see the infield and outfield shift for Barrera, third baseman Tanner Carlson playing ahead of the bag at third. Eric Webb playing in the gap in left center. First pitch to Barrera in there on the outside corner and at the knees for a called strike 1. Good locating by the right-hander from Tucson, Arizona, George Arias. Left fielder Kobe Boulware hugging the line down in left. Long gets his lead from first. Thompson gives the sign to Arias. He agrees as the 0-1 pitch sliced foul over the Bucs dugout on the third base side out of play, and Arias ahead now 0-2. Barrera 5th in the ABL in average at .303, tied for 3rd in the league in hits with 37 of them. The 5'6" outfielder stands into the left-handed batter's box. 0-2 pitch on the way is bounced over to first and just goes right of the line, foul, so we'll do it again, 0-2. Runner on first base for the Bucs in the form of Spencer Long as he reached base on a walk. Barrera looking to do something with it here. 15 RBIs on the season for the Bucs leadoff hitter, who is also second in the ABL in walks with 24 of them. Long gets his lead from first. Arias tucks his glove into the chest and now is ready. Runner goes as Barrera swings and misses at the 0-2 breaking ball for strike 3, and the side is retired. Fourth strikeout of the evening for George Arias, as he's been locked in so far. 3 scoreless innings for the right-hander to start this ball game. Side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base for the Bucs in the top of the third. The Green Machine coming up to bat in the bottom half. Still no score between the Bucs and the Miners. Nine, 1, and 2 coming up for the Mat-Su Miners here. Bottom of the third inning. Still no score between the Bucs and the Miners. Brandon Monty with you alongside Nick Veland on YouTube Live. Happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners baseball all season long. Caden Hogan stands in, a 113 hitter entering today's ball game. 4 hits over his last 5 contests as he steps in. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch is bounced over to third. Braxton Brofin gloves it at his chest, throws over to first. The throw pulls Ryan Sullivan off the bag as he slips into the dirt, and now he's got some chalk and dirt on his back there, as I think he lost his balance stretching to beat Hogan with the throw. But he was able to stay on the bag, however, I believe. Hogan's still standing on first, as now manager Tyler LeBrun for the Miners is going out to have a word with the first base umpire. Hogan was originally called out, as now the first base umpire going to have a word with home plate umpire Silas Drayden.
Yeah, and Tyler was smart there just to, double check to see if Silas behind the plate, saw an angle that he possibly didn't. And, Silas did confirm the call that the first base umpire originally stated with being called out. But good job by Tyler LeBrun to, just double check on that one, as, different angles can see different things.
As the first pitch to Kobe Boulware, a fastball that misses inside 1-0. LeBrun trying to plead his case, but the first base umpire, with the confirmation of Silas Drayden, say that Hogan is retired. So first man of the inning set down. Back to the top of the order with Boulware as the 1-0 pitch misses inside for ball 2. And Nick, that's the 6th pitch today where Frias has run inside on Boulware. He hasn't had much to hit so far in this ballgame, as Boulware walked his first time around to lead off the bottom of the first.
Yeah, his fastball is what's really making him go inside, and that's happened the 6th time already. And to lead things off, you thought it was just trying to get him a little warmed up, but it's still happening here in the 3rd inning. So it might be something to do with his mechanics, or something that he just needs to work on.
3-0 pitch now to Boulware, in there at the knees for a called strike 1, as the 2-0 pitch missed outside. Still a hitter's count, though, for Kobe Boulware. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on for the Miners here in the bottom of the 3rd. Still no score between these two teams, as Boulware flies a pitch out to center field. Barrera is running in, is underneath it, makes the catch at his chest for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Miners in the bottom of the 3rd. A ground out to third base and a fly out to center, as Cody Huff stands in looking to get a rally in the valley going with 2 down. Huff stands back in. He talked about earlier in the year how just as he had seemingly hit a wall after the Kenai series, he is now starting to surge as the first pitch to him is in there at the knees for a called strike one. Since the Kenai series, Huff has been on fire, raising his average from 250 to 290. As he's down 0-1, pitch to him is fouled off of his left foot. Second straight game that Huff has fouled the ball off his foot as he'll trot it off here as the count now 0-2 to the Scottsdale, Arizona native. Huff on the year, third on the minors with a 286 average, 393 on base percentage, 418 slugging. 20 runs scored for him, 14 RBIs, 7 doubles, 2 homers, 13 walks, and a stolen base. 0-2 pitch, bounced over to short. Charging in his cold Tate, he scoops it up, throws over to first base in time to beat Huff at the bag for out number 3. Miners go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third. I'll throw it over to Nick Veland for the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings of this one. We're through 3 here at Herman Brothers Field. Still no score between the Anchorage Bucs and the Mat-Su Miners.
Jad Castillo to get things going here in the top of the 4th inning. This is Nick Veland, joined alongside Brandon Monty here in the top of the 4th inning. Scoreless ball game at 0. George Arias on the mound. First pitch to Castillo's popped up out of play. And Arias gets ahead in the count early. No balls, 1 strike, no outs on a warm afternoon for some baseball here in Palmer, Alaska. Arias gets set and ready on the mound. The 0-1 pitch on its way will miss outside, and the count will even up at 1-1. As the Miners look to break the tiebreaker here against the Anchorage Bucs. Both teams have beat each other 5 times on the season. As the 1-1 pitch from Arias is lined to center field, Eric Webb running over and will make the running catch for out number 1. So Castillo retired on a line drive to center, which will bring up Blake Paul. Blake Paul was a finalist in the Home Run Derby back on July 14th. Him and Justin Kirby battled it out to see who the home run king was as the first pitch to Paul is popped up. Eric Webb running in, gets under it, and makes the catch for out number 2. So Webb getting his money's worth out of this inning. Back-to-back hits right to him to retire the first 2 men of the inning, bringing up the cleanup hitter, Chaney Rogers. Rogers out of Ringgold, Georgia, and plays at the University of Georgia. Will stand in here with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Combined 2 hits between the 2 teams as Arias gets set and ready. The first offering is in there for a called strike 1. And Brandon, Arias on the mound has been really locked in so far through 3 2/3 of an inning.
And he's had some trouble in the middle innings this year, but as we notice, making quick work of the 2 and 3 hitters, needing Just 4 pitches to get through them as the count now 1-1 to Cheney Rogers. We'll see if he can get another 1-2-3 inning here and work another scoreless 4th inning.
Rogers, a 222 hitter on the season. 1-1 pitch to him on the way is swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Both teams have no runs with 1 hit and no errors. Arias gets set and ready on the mound. The 1-2 offering. Misses low. Tried to get Rogers to swing there, but Rogers said nope. And the count will even up at 2-2. Arias looking to get a 1-2-3 inning here. As the 2-2 pitch is lofted into center field, but that will drop in front of Eric Webb for a 2-out single. Ryan Sullivan will come into hit now. The 266 hitter out of Aurora, Colorado will stand in with a runner on first and 2 outs. Second hit on the night for the Bucs, as both teams are struggling to get hits here in this ball game. Sullivan stands in. Attended Gonzaga University. Batted .252 for him in their past season. As Arias will throw down to first to try to get Rogers. Rogers was able to get back in time, as Rogers a threat to steal, 3 for 3 on the season. As Rogers gets a 2-3 step lead off of first base. Arias gets set and ready on the mound, and the first offering on its way popped up in the infield. Running under it is Aaron Walters by first. He'll track it down and make the catch for out number 3. So the Bucs will get 1 hit. They'll leave a runner on. No errors and no runs scored. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. We are scoreless at 0.
Center fielder number 2, Eric Webb.
Eric Webb got a lot of action in the top of the 4th inning with balls getting lined out to him out in center. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning to try to get things going for the Mat-Su Miners. Michael Frias on the mound for the Bucs, as the first pitch will miss in the dirt for ball 1. Frias out of Irvine, California, and attends UC Irvine. Is 2-0 on the season with a 3.10 ERA. As Frias gets set and ready on the mound for the 1-0 pitch to Webb. As that ball is lined down the third base line and will just go foul. As it was a delayed call by the third base umpire to call it foul. So Webb was already halfway to second when the ruling was officially made. Count evens up at 1-1. Webb comes back to the batter's box, and
and there was a delayed reaction from the crowd there. I think everybody thought that was a fair ball because the third base umpire had such a delayed call. Everyone thought that was just a double there, and hear Webb say everyone was cheering, so he thought it was a fair ball.
As the 1-1 offering on its way bounces off the dirt for ball 2. We were able to see it up here perfectly that it was around 2-3 inches to the left of the third base line, and the umpire just didn't call it, and Eric Webb obviously isn't looking out that way, so he was waiting to hear the umpire's call, and after he heard the screams from the crowd, just kept on running as the 2-1 pitch is in there for a called strike 2. So a weird situation there in Matt Herman Brothers Field as the count evens up at 2-2. Frias gets set and ready at the belt. The 2-2 pitch misses low for ball 3. The count is full to Eric Webb at the plate. The 362 hitter St. Peter's, Missouri stands in. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Third strikeout on the night for Michael Frias on the mound.
Now batting, your third baseman, number 8, Tanner Carlson.
As Eric Webb down on strikes. Tanner Carlson now will stand in to see if he can get anything going for the Miners here with 1 out. In his first plate appearance, he was struck out swinging, and he stands in here in the 4th inning as the first pitch grounded up to shortstop as Cole Tate makes the play, throw down to first in time to get Carlson by a step.
And Sullivan had to really extend there, full extension of his left arm, and almost pulled him off the bag. But a 6'5" target over at first certainly helps as he's able to snag what was a bit of a high throw above his head there for out number 2.
Yeah, not many balls are getting above Ryan Sullivan with his height as Justin Kirby stands in with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Frias ready with the first offering. That's in there for a called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs to Justin Kirby at the plate. As Frias gets set and ready on the mound. Ahead 0-1. That 0-1 pitch will miss low for ball 1. The count leaving up at 1-1. Frias arm dangling to his side, gets set and ready at the belt. The 1-1 pitch on its way is a curveball that misses inside for ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Just a friendly reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. If your car needs a new taillight or just sort of any nut, bolt, or screw, be sure to visit the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They are located in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla, as the 2-1 pitch will miss inside for ball 3. And if you want more information about Napa Auto Parts in Alaska, visit www.napaalaska.com. Kirby stands in with a 3-1 count. He singled in his last plate appearances and is the only hit for the Miners so far as the 3-1 offering in there for a called strike 2. Full count, 2 outs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. No scores so far. Bucs only have 2 hits on the ball game. Miners only have 1. Frias ready with the 3-2. It popped up down the first baseline. They'll go out of play for a souvenir for a fan. Good crowd on tap here tonight at Herman Brothers Field to watch some Mat-Su Miners baseball. No official number yet, but we'll get that to you as soon as we got it. But a really good crowd to watch some Mat-Su Miner baseball. Frias ready on the mound. The 3-2 offering on its way is popped up to left field. Running back is Chad Castillo up at the wall. He'll make the catch as he was right on the warning track for out number 3. Miners go 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs, no errors, and no runners left on. We head to the top of the 5th inning. We have a scoreless ball game at 0. Colts 8 to get things going here in the top of the 5th inning. Miners have no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. The Anchorage Bucs, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors, as the ball game is tied at 0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Georgia Arias on the mound with a perfect first 4 innings of work so far, only giving up 2 hits and no runs, as the first offering to Colts 8 is in there for a called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, as the 0-1 offering in there again for a called strike 2. And George Arias working very strong to start off this top of the 5th inning. Arias working efficiently, not taking a lot of break, as the 0-2 pitch on its way misses outside. Try to get Tate swinging there, but he was not going, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Arias gets set and ready. The 1-2 pitch. Line down the first base line into the stands, and the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. In Arias' last outing on July 16th against the Chinooks, he went 3 1/3 of an inning with 4 earned runs, 5 hits, and 4 walks, as the 1-2 offering on his way to Tate is grounded out to second baseman, and the throw down to first in time for out number 1. As Cody Huff was able to make that play at second for the first out of the inning. As I'll bring up the catcher, Caden Hobson. Hobson singled in the 3rd inning. We'll get his second chance here as he's popped up to left field. Running back is Colby Bulwer. He's under it and makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for George Arias on the mound, as he's worked 4 2/3 of an inning so far very effectively. And Brandon, what have you seen that have been really good working for George Arias on the mound so far?
Well, 4 of the last 6 batters for the Bucs have been retired on 3 pitches or less. Arias, like you say, he's been working the strike zone a lot today. These Bucs hitters going after these pitches, but Arias locating well. Bucs hitters haven't been able to do much with him.
As the first pitch to Braxton Brofin will drop in front of center fielder Eric Webb. So a 2-out single for Braxton Brofin will put him on first with 2 outs. Spencer Long now get a chance to bat here, as he's a 2-way player, pitching and fielding for the Anchorage Bucs on the season. We'll stand in here with a runner on first. 2 outs. George Arias on the mound trying to work his way out of this one, as the first offering popped up down the first base line into the stands for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. As Spencer Long gets ready in the right-handed batter's box, Arias gets ready on the mound, looks over at first. As Arias gets settled on the mound, the 0-1 pitch grounded right behind Sam Thompson, and the count will move in Arias' favor at no balls and 2 strikes. Top of the lineup, Isaac Barrera stands in on deck. 0-2 count with 2 outs to Spencer Long at the plate. Arias settles in on the mound. Delivers the 0-2 offering, as that is popped up and out of play. Another foul ball. That's brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, with locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. If your car needs a new taillight or just sort of any nut, bolt, or screw, be sure to visit the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. As Long steps in, down the count, 0-2. Brofin on first gets his lead. The 0-2 offering on its way, swung on and missed. 5th strikeout on the night for George Arias on the mound, as he has pitched beautifully through 5 innings. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, we have a scoreless ball game. Aaron Walters stands in here to get things going here in the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Mat-Su Miners. As the first offering on its way misses low for ball 1. Walters flew out to center field in his first plate appearance. We'll look to get things going here early on in the inning for the Miners. 1-0 pitch on its way is in there for a called strike one. Hits that outside part of the plate, and the count evens up at 1-1. Walters gets set and ready in the left-handed batter's box. As the Kerrville, Texas native gets the 1-1 pitch, and that's grounded down the first base line to Ryan Sullivan, and that goes right through his legs. And Walters will take first on the mistake.
A little Olay there, right through the 5-hole of Ryan Sullivan. Kind of like Bill Buckner in that one World Series down the first baseline. Grounder just goes right through his legs into the outfield. We'll see if the Miners can capitalize on the error.
Aaron Walters now stands in on first. First error on the day for both teams.
Your catcher, number 18, Sam Thompson.
As Miners have their leadoff man on with Sam Thompson coming up to the plate. Walters gets his lead off of first. Thompson shows bunts and pops that one right up. That goes out of play right in front of us into the netting.
Right in the protective netting, right? A little souvenir for us, Nick.
Yeah, that might be in the camera angle. Who knows? As the count goes to no balls and 1 strike and no outs. Thompson getting lucky there as he popped up that foul ball. Lucky enough it went out of play. Goes behind the count. 0-1 shows bunt again. That bunts it down the third base line. That will go foul. And Thompson will move the count to 0-2 on that foul ball.
And Thompson unable to move the runner on the sacrifice bunt. That could be costly here as the Miners trying to play small ball, just 1 hit in this ball game. Trying to move the runners up 1 base at a time. Thompson now down in the count 0-2. Walters at first. We'll see what the right-handed hitting catcher decides to do here with 2 strikes. Most of the time, batters will not square for a bunt when they are down 2 strikes.
0-2 is your count. Frias ready. The 0-2 pitch is grounded right back to Frias. He's unable to make that play, but at second base, Spencer Long able to field it and throw down to first for the first out of the inning. So Aaron Walters was able to move to second on that play. So it works as if it was a bunt.
Now batting, your right fielder, number 29,
But the soft
Colin
ground ball
Montez.
goes past Frias' glove, which could have been a double play if he made that initial play. But that goes right by him into the second baseman, Spencer Long. He fires down to first for the first out of the inning.
And Thompson almost beat it to the bag at first base. Looked like a tie to the bag, which normally goes to the runner. But the first base umpire says he set down runner at second, now 1 out for Colin Montez.
Colin Montez now in. Aaron Walters at second. Third time on the day that the Miners have had a runner in scoring position. As Frias ready, first offering misses outside to Montez. 1-0 is the count. Montez out of Marysville, Washington, attends Wazoo, and he had a season high with 2 RBIs against the Bucs on June 28th. A 127 hitter for the Miners. Stands in with the runner in scoring position. The 1-0 pitch popped up down the third base line. That will go out of play, and the count will remain 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out to Colin Montez at the plate. Aaron Walters got on base to start things off with an error on the first baseman, Ryan Sullivan. Able to get moved over by Sam Thompson as the 1-1 pitch is lined over to second base. Second baseman, Spencer Long, able to make the catch, and Aaron Walters was able to get back to second in time. So 2 outs now with the runner at second for Caden Hogan. Will stand in at the plate.
Tough break for Montez there. Good line drive towards the hole at first and second, but better range there by Spencer Long. Montez not quite able to place that one out of the range of the second baseman as he makes the catch for out number 2. Caden Hogan will try to start the rally here with 2 down.
Caden Hogan coming off his first extra base hit game on the first game yesterday against the Chinooks in that doubleheader. We'll see if he can get things going here as the 113 hitter for the Miners stands in ready. First offering to him in there for a called strike 1. Hogan now down the count, no balls and 1 strike. Aaron Walters stands in at second. Both teams trying to get the first run across and trying to break this game open as the 0-1 pitch on its way is lined into the left field, running over. And that will not be able to make the catch as Aaron Walters slips and falls trying to round third. And the throw back to third, not in time. So Walters will stand in at third. Runners at the corners as the line drive will drop in front of Chad Castillo.
Interesting play there. Walters was given the go by third base coach David Dennis to go home, and about halfway down the line, Walters slips and is barely able to get back to third. Caden Hobson trying to catch him with a snap throw to third base, then nails Walters right on the back. Now runners at the corners, 2 down. Caden Hogan continuing to improve here at the plate, seeing the ball much better over his last couple of games as it's back to the top of the order now with Kobe Boulware.
And it appears that Aaron Walters' right shoe fell off. And so when he tried to stop rounding third, he slipped and fell due to not having enough traction with not having his cleats on. So he's able to get that cleat right back on. Colby Bowler stands in at the plate, ahead in the count now, 1-0. Walked in the first inning and was later left on base and flew out the center in his second plate appearance. 1-0 pitch on the way is a breaking ball that's in there for a called strike one. The count leaving up at 1-1. Miners have runners at the corners. First time on the game that they have 2 runners on. 1-1 count to Kobe Bulwer at the plate. As Frias ready with the 1-1 pitch. Misses inside for ball 2. Cody Huff stands in on deck if it were to come to him. 2 outs, 2 on for the Miners. Caden Hogan stands in at first. Aaron Walters at third. As Michael Frias ready at the belt on the mound, the 2-1 offering. Grounded right back to Frias. That gets underneath his legs, but shortstop able to field it and throw down to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Bucs having some trouble fielding the ball in the bottom half of the 5th inning, but Miners unable to do anything with it, as the Miners will leave 2 on 1 hit, 1 error, and no run scored. We head to the top of the 6th inning. We are scoreless here at Herman Brothers Field. Top of the lineup for the Anchorage Bucs. We'll stand in here, Isaac Barrera, to get things going for the Anchorage Bucs. First pitch to him on the way, misses outside for ball 1. Miners setting up for Isaac Barrera in a little bit of a defensive change. So Tanner Carlson will move in a little bit ahead of third. Caden Hogan basically stands diagonal from him at short. Cody Huff stands literally right behind the second base bag as the 1-1 pitch is popped up out of play. The count moves to 1-2. Aaron Walters is where a normal first baseman would be located. In the outfield, Kobe Bulwer is hugging that third base line. Eric Webb shifted over towards him. And then at right field, Colin Montez a little bit to the left of where a normal right fielder should be. Count 2-2 to Isaac Barrera, the known slap hitter, as the 2-2 offering misses outside for ball 3. .303 hitter out of Kent, Washington, 5th in the ABL in average. As the payoff pitch on its way misses outside for ball 4, and Barrera will take first base.
Now batting left fielder number 26, Chad
Leadoff
Castillo.
walk to Isaac Barrera will get things going for the Bucs here in the top of the 6th, which will bring up Chad Castillo. Castillo has 6 multi-hit games in the last 9, with 17 hits in that game span, as Arias will throw down to first to keep Barrera honest over there. He's a known stealer, 7 for 9 on the season, and very quick when he gets off that first base bag. 0 for 2 on the day is Castillo, as Arias gets set and ready. Will throw back down to first to keep Barrera hugging that bag. As Arias gets settled in on the mound. First offering to Castillo on the way, lined into right field. That will drop in front of Colin Montez, and there's runners at first and second now. Montez trying to throw down to second to try to beat Barrera. That was jogging down to second, almost beat him there, but Barrera in safely. Runners at first and second for the Bucs. Bucs trying to score the game's first run here in the top of the 6th inning.
Number 27, Blake Paul.
They have 2 runners on, no outs, with Blake Paul coming up to the plate.
And a tough read there for Isaac Barrera. You saw him hesitate about halfway between first and second because he didn't know if Montez was going to be able to glove that line drive. That's one of those plays that's always tough to judge as a base runner. Those balls that may drop right in front of the outfield or they may be caught, as Montez almost able to get Barrera on the force at second base.
First pitch to Paul on the way, fouled right into Sam Thompson's mask behind the plate, and Thompson saying he's okay, as a home plate umpire will hand deliver the ball to George Arias. Arias ahead in the count to Blake Paul, 0-1. Arias toes the mound, gets set and ready for the 0-1 offering. The Bucs runners get their lead off of first and second. Arias looks over to Barrera at second. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Isaac Barrera stands in at second for the Bucs. Chad Castillo stands in at first.
Normally a bunting situation here, first and second, nobody down, but at the same time, you've got arguably the most powerful hitter in the league with Blake Paw stepping in. So Grant Palmer, the Bucs manager, letting Paw swing away.
Arias looks in, the 0-2 pitch. Popped up in the outfield. Right fielder Colin Montez retreating into catching that ball. He'll catch it. And Barrera not tagging from second. So 1 out now, runners at first and second.
And a major out, number 1-2, is neither runner able to advance. Barrera stays put at second base as that fly ball hit into shallow right field, nowhere near far enough to advance the runner. Big first out for Arias as he looks to work through this heart of the Anchorage Buck order. Chaney Rogers stepping in.
Chaney Rogers, designated hitter for the Bucs tonight, stands in at the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the night with a single in the 4th and a strikeout in the 2nd inning. As Rogers stands in with runners at first and second. Arias ready with the first offering. Swung on and missed from Rogers. As the Ringgold, Georgia native goes down the count now, 0-1. Arias looks in to get his sign from Thompson behind the plate. Barrera gets his lead off of second. Castillo gets his lead off of first. 0-1 offering. In there for a called strike 2. Arias ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes to Chaney Rogers at the plate. Rogers a .222 hitter for the Anchorage Bucs, as he's batting cleanup for the Pirates today, as the 0-2 pitch on its way is in the dirt. Good stop there by Thompson to keep the ball in front of him, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Arias toes the mound, looks in to get his sign. Agrees on the first one. Gets set and ready at the belt. Looks over to Burr at second. The 1-2 pitch. Misses just outside. As Rogers thought about going, was able to hold it back. And the count evens up at 2-2. Arias now looks in. Runners in scoring position for him. As Arias looks in, the 2-2 offering. Grounded foul down the first base line, and the count will remain 2-2. So both teams here in this, well, the Miners able to get 2 runners on in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and now the Bucs caught that and ran with it, as they now have 2 runners on here in the top of the 6th inning. 6 hits combined between both teams through 5, as the 2-2 pitch on its way misses high for ball 3, and the count will go full. A big pitch here for Arias as the count is full with 1 out and runners at first and second. A ball will put the bases loaded for the Bucs. A strike will get a crucial out number 2. Arias gets set and ready. Looks over to Burr at second. The 3-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. 6th strikeout on the evening for George Arias,
Now batting, first baseman number 25, Ryan Sullivan.
as he's able to get the 2nd out of the inning. Beautiful day for some baseball. 76 degrees here at Herman Brothers Field and sunny, as the skies are pretty clear with a little bit of haze due to some wildfires in the area. As Arias gets set and ready for the first offering to Ryan Sullivan. As the junior out of Gonzaga stands in at the plate with runners at first and second. Bucs trying to get the first run of this ball game here in the top of the 6th. As the 1-0 offering on its way misses inside for ball 2. Sullivan has had a hit in 8 of his last 10 games, as he's trying to ride that hot streak into Herman Brothers Field tonight, as the 2-0 offering will be fouled right off of his bat, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike.
And a check swing there by Sullivan. Looked like he was trying to get out of the way of that inside fastball. Instead, it catches the skinny part of the bat to the backstop. Big strike there for Arias. Still behind in the count, 2-1. We'll see if he can work his way back and get himself out of this jam.
Isaac Barrera stands in that second. Chad Castillo at first, as the 2-1 pitch misses upstairs for ball 3. And Sullivan has worked the count to a hitter's count at 3-1. So Sullivan can do what he wants here on this pitch, as he is ahead 3-1. Arias trying to work from behind down the count. Runners at first and second, as Arias gets set and ready. The 3-1 offering fouled straight back, and the count will go full.
And runners will be moving on the pitch here, first and second with 2 down. 3-2, big pitch here for George Arias as he tries to put up another goose egg in the top of the 6th.
Back-to-back batters with full counts here, as Arias trying to get out of this jam. Runners on first and second, 2 outs with a full count. Arias looks in, the payoff pitch misses inside for ball 4. And the bases are now loaded for the Anchorage Bucs. 3rd walk on the night for George Arias,
Now batting, shortstop number 7, Cole Tate.
as he's showing signs of frustration on the mound, as that costly walk will put the bases loaded for the Bucs, as pitching coach Jeff Erlab will come out to have a word with his pitcher. Arias so far with 5 2/3 of an inning, only giving up 4 hits. Now has the bases loaded here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning, as Erlab trying to give the guys the game plan of how to attack Cole Tate at the plate. Tate 0 for 2 on the day with 2 ground outs. as Arias is trying to get the Miners out of this inning and keep the game scoreless. Bucs trying to get ahead early here and trying to get a lead. Scoreless ball game. Both teams with no runs. Bucs have 4 hits to the Miners, 2 hits. 1 error for the Bucs to the Miners, 0. Bases loaded for the Anchorage Bucs here in the top of the 6th inning. Cole Tate at the plate. Ryan Sullivan stands in at first, Chad Castillo at second, and Isaac Barrera at first. Arias gets set and ready on the mound. First offering to Cole Tate on its way, swung on and missed as the breaking ball is in there for a swinging strike 1. Tate gets right back into the right-handed batter's box. Arias set and ready on the mound as he's working quickly here. Looks in, delivers the 0-1 as that curveball misses outside, and the count evens up at 1-1. Good movement on that last pitch. Just couldn't get Cole Tate to swing there. As the count moves to 1-1, Arias ready on the mound with the 1-1. As that misses inside for ball 2. Tate able to work his way back into this account as he worked it to 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Bases are loaded for the Anchorage Bucs. Tied at 0. Arias on the mound, the 2-1 pitch. As that ball just misses outside for ball 3. Arias shakes his head as if that should have been called a strike 2. But nonetheless, it's now a hitter's count to Cole Tate on the mound. The Bucs are 1 pitch away from scoring the game's first run. Arias trying to work his way out of this one. 3-1 pitch on its way as that ball misses for ball 4, and the Bucs will score a run on a walk. Isaac Barrera will come in to score for the Bucs, and the Bucs now lead this one 1-0. Bases still loaded, 2 outs. Caden Hobson now coming up to the plate.
And a right-hander getting loose now for the Miners in the right field corner. It appears it's number 22, Evan Floyd.
So Floyd warming up here. If Arias cannot get out of this inning as the Bucs take a 6th inning 1-0 lead. Bases loaded. First offering fouled straight back as Caden Hobson gets behind the count now 0-1. As Sam Thompson will come out and have a word with Arias to discuss how he's going to attack. Caden Hobson at the plate already ahead 0-1. Possibly buying some time for Floyd to get a few more warm-up pitches in. As the bases are loaded for the Bucs. Bucs strike first in this one in the 6th inning as they hold a 1-0 lead over the Mat-Su Miners. In this tiebreaker game here at Herman Brothers Field, both teams with 5 wins against each other on the year. As this is the last game these two will meet before the playoffs, as the 0-1 pitch is lofted into left field. Running in is Kobe Boulware. He'll make the catch for out number 3, so the Bucs will only score 1. They'll leave 3 though on 1 hit and 1 run as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Anchorage Bucs 1, Mat-Su Miners 0. the chicken dance comes to a close here at Herman Brothers Field as Cody Huff gets set and ready to lead things off for the Miners here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Anchorage Bucs able to get one across for the game's first run in the top of the 6th as they lead the Miners 1-0. As Michael Frias on the mound. First pitch to Huff misses inside for ball 1. Frias going into his 6th inning of work as the 1-0 pitch to Huff is missing inside for ball 2. Huff out of Scottsdale, Arizona, a .286 hitter for the Miners on the season, and is standing in with a 2-0 count. As Frias sets and ready, will now fall behind 3-0 to Huff. Miners trying to work their way back into this ball game, only down a run as the Bucs left the bases loaded in the top of the 6th. Frias stands in with a 3-0 count as the 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike 1, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Huff 6-24 against the Bucs this season as the Stanford commit stands in the right-handed batter's box, the 3-1 offering. That will miss inside, and the Miners will get a runner early on in this inning with a leadoff walk. That will bring up Eric Webb, and that will be Frias' 2nd walk on the evening, bringing up Eric Webb. Webb 0 for 2 on the ball game, grounded out in the 1st inning, and then struck out in the 4th. As he has been very aggressive at the plate, been swinging a lot in all of his at-bats, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Fans here at Herman Brothers Field did not agree with that call, as the count goes in Frias' favor at no balls and 1 strike. Huff gets his lead off of first. Huff 1 for 1 this year of stolen bases. Not a typical Miner to steal, as the 1-0-1 pitch is grounded out to short. The throw to second in time for 1. The throw to first, not in time. So the Bucs unable to work the double play, as they will get the lead runner Cody Huff. Eric Webb will now stand in at first on the fielder's choice. Tanner Carlson now stands in at the plate with a man on first in Eric Webb. Webb is a threat to steal. He's 10 for 15 on the season, as Carlson stands in at the plate. Webb gets his lead off of first. 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, as Frias will throw back to first to keep Webb as close to the bag as possible. 10 stolen bags on the year for Webb. Carlson stands in at the plate. The .215 hitter out of Long Beach State University stands in ready. Frias ready with the first offering, as that's popped up to left field. Going back is Chad Castillo, up against the wall, and will make the catch for out number 2. And Eric Webb will tag and steal second. So good base running by Webb to tag up and take second on a play that usually you don't see a lot of runners tagging from first to second on.
Designated hitter, number 6, Justin Kirby.
Justin Kirby stands in at the plate. A .246 hitter out of Alpharetta, Georgia. Miners now have a runner in scoring position. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, as the pitching coach for the Anchorage Bucs, Jerry McClanahan, will come out and have a mound visit.
And let's get a couple red ticket winners.
2 outs with a runner in scoring position for the Miners. Has been a common theme in this ball game, as this is the 4th time it's happened.
And the second winner, 1697-608.
As the Miners have been able to get the lead runner on 4 times and able to work him into scoring position, but unable to get him to score. As they're trying to be successful for the first time on the ball game and get Eric Webb in from second and tie this ball game up. Justin Kirby stands in, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Eric Webb gets his lead off of second. Michael Frias stands in ready on the mound, as he's ready. The First offering in there for a called strike one. Justin Kirby, 10 for 36 in the 10 games against the Bucs this season. As Frias stands on the very edge of the pitcher's mound. Looks in, ready with the 0-1 pitch. As the home plate umpire says Kirby went around on the check swing and will be in there for a strike two. Kirby now down the count, 0-2, 2 outs with a man on second. Miners down 1-0 as they're looking to tie it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Webb gets his lead off of second. Frias, arm hanging on the mound, getting his sign. Gets his sign, gets set and ready at the belt. Justin Kirby ready in the right-handed batter's box. The 0-2 pitch. Misses low for ball one. Frias has been working very well through 5 2/3 of an inning. No runs so far, 2 hits, and 1 error on his infield so far. Eric Webb stands in on second. The 1-2 pitch as Webb goes. Swung on and missed from Kirby. So Webb will not be a factor for the 3rd out of the bottom of the 6th inning. So the Miners will leave their 5th runner stranded on base as we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Anchorage Bucs leads the Miners 1-0 as I throw it back over to Brandon Monty to close things out here at Herman Brothers Field.
Back with you in the top of the 7th inning here at Herman Brothers Field, where the Anchorage Bucs lead the Mat-Su Miners 1-0. Brandon Monty back with you here alongside Nick Veland. Happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners baseball on YouTube Live all season long. Miners starter George Arias' day is done. Arias worked 6 innings, allowing just 4 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, as the Miners will turn it over to Evan Floyd, a 6'1", 220-pound righty from Pensacola, Florida, by way of St. Louis University, the home of the Billikens. Floyd 2-0 on the year, 2.61 earned run average in 21 innings of work. This will be the 13th appearance on the year for Floyd. Opponents hitting .219 against him. He's allowed 16 hits, 6 runs, all of which have been earned, 13 strikeouts, 9 walks for the righty. Floyd will face off against the 8-9-1 of this Anchorage Buck order, as his first pitch to Braxton Brofin is in there on the outside corner for a called strike one. Brofin on the day, 1 for 2. Singled his last time around to right center field in the 5th inning. 0-1. Waved at and missed by Brofin for strike 2. Evan Floyd has thrown 19 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings since opening day. The right-hander with a big beard gives 2 nods to his catcher, Sam Thompson. 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside for a ball, 1-2.
And Floyd has been that constant reliever that the Miners have been able to rely on to get things done. And he's really been showing himself in his past appearances as he looks to get another scoreless inning here for the Miners.
1-2. Waved at and missed by Brofen for strike 3. Evan Floyd sets down the first man he faces with a strikeout, as that'll bring up the ninth hitting second baseman Spencer Long. Long trots into the right-handed batter's box, 0 for 1 on the day. Reached base on a walk his first time around in the third inning, and then struck out swinging his second plate appearance in the fifth. The right-hander from El Camino Junior College is ready. Righty-on-righty matchup as the first pitch is lined down the left field line, and it will drop in fair for a base hit. As Long rounds first base and will stay put there, it's a one-out single for Long, the fifth hit of the evening for the Bucs. First on the evening for the second baseman from El Segundo, California. One man on, one man out, and it's back to the top of the order for the Anchorage Bucs with Isaac Barrera. Barrera so far on the day, 0 for 2 with a walk. That walk coming in the sixth inning that saw the Bucs put up the first and only run of this ball game so far, as the first pitch to Barrera misses low below the knees for ball one, 1-0 the count. Long standing on first base. No stolen bases on the year for him. Center fielder Eric Webb playing in the gap in left center as the 1-0 pitch to Barrera, a fastball that paints the outside corner for a called strike one. Right fielder Colin Montez playing in the right center field gap. Second baseman Cody Huff playing behind the bag at second. Caden Hogan playing to his right. Tanner Carlson in front of the bag at third. Bulware hugging the line in left field as the 1-1 pitch misses low for ball two, as Barrera ahead in the count now 2-1. 1-0 ball game here at Herman Brothers Field. Bucs leading the Miners, top of the seventh. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for the Bucs so far, as Floyd snap throws over to first, and Long is back in standing. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Miners in this one, as their offense has been stagnant. The Miners have left 5 men on base in this ball game. 2-1. Fastball in there, as Silas Drayden signals strike 2 behind the plate, and the count is now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first for the Bucs in the form of Spencer Long with 1 out. The right-hander Evan Floyd stands on the right side of the rubber, comes set at the belt, takes a deep breath as the 2-2 pitch, a soft liner down the line left field, and that one will drift foul. Kobe Bulware looked like he may have had a shot at that ball, as he is playing in to the slap hitter Barrera as it falls in front of his feet, and the count remains 2-2. Evan Floyd in his 13th appearance on the year. 11 straight scoreless appearances entering his appearance today. 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air. Out to center field. Eric Webb is retreating, and he's able to track this one down to make the catch for the second out of the inning.
And where Webb was positioned on that play, that was actually very tough for him to make that catch. He actually had to go over the shoulder and track that one down and make the catch, as he was playing to the left of center field on that one, very in, as Barrera hitting one hard, which is a change. He usually is a very soft hitter and tries to get it down, as Webb was able to get the first out of the inning.
Chad Castillo digs in, the 2-hitter for the Bucs, who is 1 for 3 on the day. Floyd throws over to first. Long is back in standing, as the infield and outfield now shifting into their normal depths, as the left-handed hitting Castillo digs back in, awaiting the first pitch from Floyd. The right-hander comes set on the right side of the rubber. First pitch to Castillo, lined into right field. This will drop in front of Montez for a base hit. Long is rounding second, and he will trot into third as he slides in without a play, and there's now runners at the corners with 2 down for the Bucs in the top of the seventh. Second hit of the ball game for Chad Castillo, the league leader in the ABL in hits. He now has 48 on the season, 2 tonight. As coming up to bat, the dangerous right-handed hitting right fielder Blake Paugh. Other action going on in the Alaska Baseball League tonight. The Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots tied 0-0 in the bottom of the second inning. That one being played out in Anchorage at Mulcahy Stadium, home to both the Bucs and the Glacier Pilots, as pitching coach Jeff Erlab for the Miners trots out to the mound and gathers his infield in to have a conversation with both them and Evan Floyd. A reminder that the Miners are back at home tomorrow against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. The next 5 games for the Miners after tonight will be against their foes from Anchorage, as they will round out the season series. 6 of the last 8 games for the Miners in the regular season, including tonight, will be here at Herman Brothers Field, as the Miners looking to use that home field advantage. They are 12-4 so far this year in Palmer, as opposed to 10-10 away from it. It'll be a righty-on-righty matchup here. Evan Floyd versus Blake Paugh. Paugh stands in 0 for 3 on the night, grounded out to short in the first, and has flown out twice since. 1 to center, 1 to right. First pitch to Paugh. Breaking ball misses in the dirt as a cloud of dust emerges from home plate, as the count now 1-0 to the University of Arizona Wildcat, Blake Paugh. Castillo on first. Long at third for the Bucs. Paugh at the dish as now Floyd throws over to first. Castillo is back safely. With 2 down, Floyd can focus on the batter here as he tries to work another scoreless inning. He's been red hot out of the Miners' bullpen. 1-0 pitch. Fouled straight back off the chain link fence, making up the screen here at Herman Brothers Field, as the count is now even 1-1. 2 hits in the inning thus far for the Bucs. The first half inning of the evening that has seen multiple hits for either team. First and third, 2 down. 1-1. Tipped into the catcher's mitt as Paugh unable to connect the barrel on that one, and the count is now 1-2. Evan Floyd 1 strike away from working his way out of a jam and giving himself 20 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings since opening day. As now Floyd stepping off, trying to recalibrate here as he prepares for the 1-2 pitch. Not much movement out of the American flag past the center field fence, as the breeze has died down throughout the game. 1-2 pitch, popped high in the air on the infield. This should get the Miners out of it. Cody Huff is underneath it. The second baseman says he's got it, and he does, for out number 3. So the side is retired as the Bucs leave 2 men on base. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base for Anchorage in the top of the 7th. It's stretch time here at Herman Brothers Field. With the score, the Anchorage Bucs leading the Mat-Su Miners 1-0. Stretch time is over here at Herman Brothers Field. The bottom of the 7th set to commence. here in Palmer as the Anchorage Bucs leading the Mat-Su Miners 1-0. Brandon Monty with you alongside Nick Veland. Happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners baseball here on YouTube Live.
Leading off the Miners here in the
It's a
bottom
pivotal game for both teams this evening. The Bucs enter tonight 25-12, currently the top dogs in the Alaska Baseball League, with the Miners following them in second place, entering today's contest 22-14, 2.5 games out of first. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Miners in the bottom of the seventh. Aaron Walters digs in, a left-handed hitter with an open stance from Kerrville, Texas. He's 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch from Michael Frias. Fastball paints the outside corner for a called strike one. Walters has reached base once today. Flew out to center his first time around, then reached on an error by first baseman Ryan Sullivan. 0-1. Another fastball, this one missing off the outer part of the plate. Counts now even 1-1. Walters has a hit in 7 straight games versus these Anchorage Bucs. 1-1 pitch, waved at and missed by Wally for strike 2. Walters on the season, .228 hitter, .303 on base percentage, 15 runs scored, 18 RBIs, 4 doubles. Frias set at the belt, working from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball, popped in the air to the left side in foul ground. Third baseman Braxton Brofin's running after it, tries to make an over-the-shoulder basket catch, but it falls just to the right of his mitt as Walters stays alive. Count remains 1-2. Let's get it started playing over the PA system here at Herman Brothers Field as the Miners looking to ignite their offense here in this bottom half of the seventh. Miners offense has been quiet for a majority of this ball game. No runs, 2 hits for Mat-Su so far on the evening. Michael Frias comes set at the belt. Another 1-2 on the way. Hit in the air, this one fair out to left field. Left fielder Chad Castillo is retreating a couple steps in front of the wall, makes the catch for out number 1. Walters is set down on a fly out for the second time today, as that will bring up Bremen, Georgia native and catcher Sam Thompson. Sam Thompson, redshirted this past year for the Kent State Golden Flashes. 0 for 2 on the night, has grounded out to second in both of his plate appearances on the day. First pitch to him is chopped to third. Brofin charges in, collects it with his glove, throws over to first base in time as Sam Thompson set down on 1 pitch for the second out of this bottom of the seventh. Third ground out on the evening for Thompson. First 2 men set down for the Miners in the bottom of the seventh. Aaron Walters flies out to left. Sam Thompson grounds out to third, and now Colin Montez will take another hack at it. First pitch to him. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike 1. Montez 0 for 2. Struck out swinging his first time around and then softly lined out to second in his second plate appearance as the 0-1 pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, and Montez is quickly down in the count 0-2. Frias, the 6-foot right-hander, working from the right side of the rubber, deals 0-2. This pitch is popped foul over the Bucs dugout on the third base side, out of play. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, with locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. You're always covered if a foul ball does damage to your car. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. 0-2. Breaking ball misses high and outside for ball 1. Count now 1-2 to Colin Montez, who led Washington State in both home runs and stolen bases this past year. 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside, counts even, 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on base for the Miners, bottom of the seventh, as they trail the Anchorage Bucs 1-0. 2-2 pitch. Bounce toward third, and it gets between the third baseman and shortstop into left for a base hit. A soft ground ball through the hole does the trick for Colin Montez, his first hit of the evening and the third hit of the night for the Miners. Caden Hogan will step back in. He has one of the 3 base hits on the night for the Miners, as he blooped a single out to left field his last plate appearance. Hogan 1 for 2 on the evening. Montez gets his lead from first. First pitch. Bounced over towards second base. Spencer Long dives, but he's not going to get this one as it's into right for a base hit. Montez rounding second, heading for third. The throw not in time as Montez slides in safely. Second base hit of the night for Caden Hogan, the 4th for the Miners. And Mat-Su has life here in the bottom of the 7th inning as it's back to the top of the order with Kobe Boulware.
Yeah, 2 little soft ground balls just find the holes in the infield to get to the outfield and put runners on for the Miners here, threatening to score and tie the ball game up.
Just goes to show you, folks, it doesn't always matter how hard you hit it, but rather where you hit it, as 2 soft ground balls will do the trick for the Miners. They now have runners at the corners with 2 down, and Kobe Boulware will step up and try to deliver here for the Miners as they trail these Bucs 1-0 in a pivotal game here, as the pitching coach for the Bucs, Jerry McClanahan, heads out to the mound to have a word with Michael Frias, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Michael Frias' evening is completed. He'll go 6 2/3 innings, allowing no runs for the moment. He is responsible for the 2 men on base standing at first and third. A right-hander is coming in for the Bucs. Michael Frias' day is done. We'll tell you who the new pitcher for the Bucs is after this short break. Bucs starter Michael Frias' night is complete. He goes 6 2/3 innings, allowing no runs, 4 hits. He walks 2, strikes out 4. New pitcher for the Bucs is number 19, right-handed reliever Keaton Chase. Chase 1-0 on the year, 1.71 earned run average in 21 innings of work. This is appearance number 11 for the San Diego native and Oregon Duck. First batter he will face is Kobe Boulware, the leadoff hitter for the Miners, still looking for his first hit on the evening, as he is 0 for 2 to this point. Runners at the corners, 2 down. First pitch is hit in the air out to right center field. Blake Paw calls off center fielder Isaac Barrera, makes the catch in the gap for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base for the Miners in the bottom of the 7th. We're through 7 here at Herman Brothers Field. Bucs 1, Miners nothing. The heart of the Anchorage Buck order is due up in the top of the 8th. 4, 5, and 6 as Cheney Rogers will lead things off for these Anchorage Bucks as they lead the Mat-Su Miners 1-0, top of the 8th inning. Brandon Monty with you here alongside Nick Veland. Happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners baseball here on YouTube Live. Rogers stands in 1 for 3 on the evening. Evan Floyd back out on the mound for the Miners as the first pitch to Rogers, a fastball in at the knees for a called strike one. Miners leaving 2 men on base in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now 7 men left on base in total throughout the ball game for Mat-Su as the 0-1 pitch is hit in the air. High into center field, Eric Webb takes about 5 steps back, settles underneath it, and makes the catch for out number 1. Floyd sets down Cheney Rogers. 1 up, 1 down for the Bucs in the top of the 8th.
Now batting first baseman number 25,
As Ryan Sullivan will take his turn. Sullivan 0 for 2. He walked his last time around. Also has a strikeout and a pop-out. The 6'5" right-handed hitting first baseman digs in with an open stance. 0-1 pitch from Floyd. Misses low and outside. They appeal down to first on the check swing. First base umpire says no go. Counts now 1-0. Miners and Bucs with nearly identical records in July. Bucs 9-5. Miners 9-6 as the 1-0 pitch waved at and missed by Sullivan. Took a big hack at that one but came up empty. Counts now even 1-1. Nobody on, 1 out to start the top of the 8th. Bucs leading it 1-0. Trying to extend their lead late in the ball game. 1-1. Hit in the air, out to right field. As this one will drift foul out of play. Counts now 1-2. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts with locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. You're always covered if a foul ball does damage to your car. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Floyd shakes off one sign from Thompson. Now he's got what he likes. 1-2. Hit in the air, softly to shallow right field. Montez is trotting in, makes the catch. As his hat falls off of his head, but he quickly recovers it with his left hand in the air. Good move there by Montez to catch the fly ball and recover his hat. 2 outs in 1 play, as there's now 2 down to start the top of the 8th.
I don't know what's more impressive, the catch or him able to make the other catch with the hat, which was really impressive, I thought.
I suppose you have to have good hand-eye coordination out in the outfield, and
Yeah.
Montez putting it on full display there for the 2nd out of the inning. As coming up to bat will be the 6th hitting shortstop, Cole Tate. First pitch to him. Fastball misses off the black of the outer part of the plate. It's 1-0. Tate, 3 games of 3 or more hits this season for the Bucs. He has a twin brother on the Georgia Bulldogs as well. 1-0 pitch. Misses low at about the feet for ball 2. Tate homered in the Bucs' first game of the year against the Oilers. Currently 4th in the Alaska Baseball League in average, sitting at 308. 2-0. Fastball in the dirt in front of Sam Thompson as a cloud of dust and chalk emerges from in front of the catcher as the count is now 3-0. Tate digs back into the box. The Georgia native awaits the 3-0 pitch. Righty on righty matchup. 3-0. In the dirt again for ball 4. First walk for Evan Floyd out of the pen.
Now batting catcher number
His
11,
10th on the season. As the Bucs have a runner. Cole Tate now standing on first base. 2 down. And the batter is catcher Caden Hobson. Hobson, a left-handed hitting catcher from Redlands, California. Just graduated from Redlands East High School. Committed to the University of Arizona. First pitch. Fastball on the outside corner and at the knees for a called strike 1. Good locating there by the right-hander from Pensacola, Florida. 0-1 the count. Tate gets his lead from first base. He's 6 for 10 on the year in stolen bases as the 0-1 pitch lined back up the middle. This one will drop in front of Eric Webb for a base hit. two straight men reach base for the Bucs with 2 down, as Caden Hobson picks up his second hit of the evening. As coming up to bat now for the Bucs will be the 8th hitting third baseman Braxton Brofin. Brofin 1 for 3, grounded into a double play his first time around, singled his second time, and then struck out swinging in the 7th. He's up now again in the top of the 8th as pitching coach Jeff Erlab trots out to the mound, and the infield gathers in as the Bucs now have runners at first and second base with 2 down. Our score here at Herman Brothers Field, Anchorage leading the Mat-Su Miners 1-0 in the top of the 8th inning. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error for the Bucs in this one. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Miners. As there is a right-hander starting to get loose in the Miners bullpen in the right field corner. It appears it is Owen Lamont, as Jeff Erlab's trip to the mound is concise, gives his instructions to the infield and Evan Floyd as we'll return to baseball. Brofin digs back into the right-handed batter's box, a native of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, by way of Oklahoma University. Another righty-on-righty matchup. Floyd nods to Thompson. Checks the runner at second. First pitch. Breaking ball in there at the knees for a called strike 1, and that one was nasty. A lot of movement to that Uncle Charlie there, starting at the letters of Brofin's jersey and then making its way all the way down to his knees. Not much you can do with that one if you're a hitter. 0-1. Fastball waved at and missed for strike 2. Floyd not wasting any time with Brofin as he's quickly got the right-handed hitting third baseman down in the count 0-2. As Floyd is just 1 strike away now from working his way out of a jam in the 8th. The 6'1 right-hander leans in. Comes set at the belt. Checks Tate at second, 0-2. Fastball misses low and outside for ball 1. 1-2 now the count to Braxton Brofin, who was ranked the 7th best player out of Oklahoma coming out of high school. Brofin did not play this past year for the Sooners. Enters today's ball game a 174 hitter. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball drops in at the knees for a called strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Evan Floyd. That's his second strikeout out of the pen. And strikeout number 15 on the year for the righty as the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base for the Bucs in the 8th. Miners coming to bat. Bottom of the 8th inning is coming up with the score. The Bucs 1, Miners nothing. Another new pitcher coming in for the Anchorage Bucs in the bottom of the 8th. The third pitcher sent out to toe the slab by manager Grant Palmer. And it's the third right-hander of the evening for the Bucs, number 24, Colton Rendon. Rendon on the year, 1-1 record, 0.90 earned run average in 20 innings of work. This is the 15th appearance on the year for the righty from Jupiter, Florida by way of Winthrop University. Rendon, the ABL leader in saves with 8 of them. A 6'4", 225-pound righty. He has not allowed a run in his last 4 appearances. As he gets set to take on the 2-3-4 of this Mat-Su Minor order in the bottom of the 8th inning, Cody Huff, Eric Webb, and Tanner Carlson due up for Mat-Su as they try to avoid putting up another goose egg here as the Bucs lead it 1-0. Cody Huff trots to the plate as the right-handed hitter will get things going for the Miners in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Huff 0 for 2 entering this plate appearance. He reached base in the 6th, however, via a walk. Huff stands in, leading things off for the Miners in the 8th, as they'll have to get something going against one of the best relievers in the ABL in Colton Rendon. Rendon, a opposing figure on the mound at 6'4", is ready on the left side of the rubber with the glove tucked against his jersey. First pitch to Huff is popped in the air, foul to the right side, over the Miners' dugout, out of play. Count 0-1. Cody Huff has 4 multi-hit games over his last 5 contests, looking for his first hit tonight. He's down in the count, 0-1 pitch. Fastball high and inside, a little chin music there for Huff as he ducks out of danger, and the count's now even 1-1. Huff committed to Stanford as a catcher. Righty on righty matchup. Rendon ready from the stretch, the 1-1. Breaking ball drops in and just misses off the outer part of the plate, so Huff is ahead now, 2-1. Huff, listed as a utility player, has also played third base, shortstop, and second for the Miners this year. 2-1. Fastball grounded over to short. Up with it is Tate. He throws across his body to first. A stretch by Sullivan, and it's just in time to beat Huff at the bag for out number 1. Cole Tate charged in on a weakly hit ground ball, threw across his body, across the diamond, and barely beat Huff at the bag for the first out, as that brings up Eric Webb. Webby steps in. 0 for 3 on the night, a ground out, a strikeout, and a fielder's choice. With his bat resting against his right shoulder, he awaits the first pitch. It's popped high in the air towards first base. Now in foul territory, Ryan Sullivan settles underneath it and makes the catch for a 1-pitch out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Miners in the bottom of the 8th, as that will bring up their cleanup hitter, Tanner Carlson. Carlson entered today's ball game a .215 hitter, has a hit in 5 of his last 7 games. Righty on righty matchup. Carlson with the bat just in front of the letters of his jersey awaits the first pitch. It's a called strike 1 on the inside corner, 0-1. Carlson, a season-high 3 hits against the Bucs back on June 16th. He awaits the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt as a cloud of dust emerges behind catcher Caden Hobson, and the count's now even 1-1. Carlson looks to pick up his first hit of the ball game in this at-bat. He's 0 for 3 on the evening. 1-1. Fastball hit well down the left field line. Running over is Castillo, and this one will drop just left of the foul line. Foul ball, and the count now 1-2. Carlson flew out to left field his last time around in the 6th. Has also struck out swinging and grounded out to short. As the Elk Grove, California native looks to get something started here with 2 down for the Miners in the bottom of the 8th. Rendon ready. The 6'4" right-hander comes set. 1-2 pitch is hit softly towards the Miners dugout on the first base side, and this one will drift foul out of play. Count remains 1-2. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. With locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla, you're always covered if a foul ball does damage to your car. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Crowd antsy here at Herman Brothers Field. The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball, paints the outside corner, called strike 3, and the side is retired. Miners set down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. We're through 8 here at Herman Brothers Field. The Anchorage Bucs lead the Mat-Su Miners 1-0. New pitcher for the Miners. The third pitcher to toe the slab for the Miners tonight will be number 28, right-hander Owen Lamont. Lamont 0-1 on the year, 1.97 earned run average in 13 2/3 innings of work. This will be the 15th appearance on the year for the 6'3", 210-pound righty from Herndon, Virginia, by way of Georgetown, home of the Hoyas. Opponents hitting .250 against Lamont so far this year. 12 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which have been earned, 10 strikeouts, 4 walks. He now has the most appearances for the Miners on the season, as the first men he will face will be the 9-1-2 of this Buck order: Spencer Long, Isaac Barrera, Chad Castillo, due up for Anchorage in the top half of inning number 9. Bucs leading the Miners 1-0, as the Miners will try to hold this deficit in check to give themselves one final chance in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And Nick, so far the Miners offense has been stagnant today, but a good performance by the pitching staff to hold a dangerous Buck lineup to just 1 run.
Yeah, Miners have been able to work the runners around the diamond, but unable to get them to touch home plate. And you know, the pitching staff has been able to hold up their own and trying to keep the Miners as close to being into this game as possible, but the bats are going to have to come around the bottom of the 9th if the Miners want to win this ball game.
Spencer Long leads things off for the Bucs in the top of the 9th inning. The number 9 hitter playing second base tonight for Anchorage stands in. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to him, bounced over to third. Tanner Carlson's got it in his mitt, quickly throws over to first in time for a 1-pitch out to start the top of the 9th inning. Score that one as 5-3 on the ground out if you're keeping score at home, as Owen Lamont sets down the first man he sees tonight on 1 pitch, and that brings us back to the top of the order with Isaac Barrera. Barrera stands in, a 5'6", 160-pound outfielder from Kent, Washington. First pitch, fastball, just misses inside, and some O's from the Miners crowd as they didn't like that call from home plate umpire Silas Drayden. Nonetheless, it's 1-0. Righty on lefty matchup. Lamont from the right side of the rubber deals 1-0. It's a fastball in the outside corner. Count even 1-1. The 1-2 punch of Isaac Barrera and Chad Castillo have more hits than any other teammate duo in the ABL. They've combined for 83 hits so far this year. 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses. Outside, 2-1. Owen Lamont, no earned runs in his last 5 appearances. The Miners have won 5 of the last 6 games Lamont has pitched. 2-1. Fastball paints the outside corner. Count is now even again at 2-2. Left fielder Kobe Boulware playing about 5 steps to the right of the foul line in left field. Caden Hogan playing to his right in the hole between third and short. Tanner Carlson in front of the bag at third. 2-2 pitch to Barrera. Misses upstairs and outside. Counts full, 3-2. Barrera stands in. Game-winning hit against the Miners back on June 12th. Payoff pitch. Fastball just misses upstairs and outside. Ball 4. First walk for Owen Lamont. Second walk of the night for Isaac Barrera as he stands on first base. 1 man on, 1 man out for the Bucs in the top of the ninth, and coming up to bat, the number 2 hitter, Chad Castillo. Castillo, 2 hits on the evening. Tonight making his 7th multi-hit game of the season. As Lamont throws over to first base, Barrera slides back in head first safely. Correction, 17 multi-hit games now on the year for Castillo. That is 2nd in the Alaska Baseball League. Castillo also 3rd in average, 6th in RBIs. First pitch to him. Bounced over to second base, could be 2. Huff throws to second. No, it goes over the head of Caden Hogan into left field. Huff lost his pivot foot on the transition, trying to throw to second base as the throw sailed over the head of Caden Hogan into left field, and that one will go down as an error for the Miners. 41st error on the year for the Miners. Entered today's ballgame 3rd in the ABL in fielding percentage. The first error of the evening for Matsu, as the Bucs now have runners at first and second, 1 down, and coming up to bat, the slugger Blake Paw. Paw stands in. Castillo now at first. Barrera at second. First pitch. Fastball foul to the right side over the press box, out of play. It's 0-1. That foul ball brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. With locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla, you're always covered if a foul ball does damage to your car. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Righty on righty matchup. Lamont takes a deep breath. Barrera goes. Pitch misses outside and low. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Both runners advance on the pitch. Barrera steals third. Castillo beats the throw to the bag at second. And the Bucs now have 2 men in scoring position with 1 out. Anchorage threatening to put some insurance runs on the board here in the top of the ninth. 1-0 the score. The infield now in, playing on the grass. 1-1. Fastball paints the inside corner. Good locating by Lamont for strike 2. Blake Paw, the ABL leader in home runs, hit 2 round trippers in the Bucs' first game of the year against the Oilers. 1-2. Tipped into the catcher's mitt, strike 3. Big strikeout for Owen Lamont, his 11th on the year, first of the evening, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. And a big sigh of relief for the Miners there, Nick, as they're able to set down the dangerous Paw for out number 2.
Yeah, now 2 outs. The infield was playing in, now can play back and just get any out that they can. And we'll get out of this top of the 9th inning and try to work to tie things up in the bottom half of the 9th.
Second and third, 2 down. Cheney Rogers digs in for the Bucs. First pitch to him. Fastball popped foul over the Bucs dugout on the third base side, out of play. It's 0-1. Rogers 1 for 4 on the evening. Has also pitched 3 times for the Bucs this year. twice against the Miners. Rogers a .222 hitter, the highest ERA in the ABL as a pitcher at 18 even. 0-1. Fastball just misses. Off the outside corner, counts even 1-1. Lamont thought he had strike 2 there, but instead the count is now 1-1. Second and third for the Bucs, 2 down in a 1-0 ball game in favor of Anchorage. Owen Lamont looking to work his way out of trouble here in the top of the ninth and put up a goose egg. 1-1. Waved at and missed on the breaking ball in the inside corner. It's 1-2. Lamont now 1 strike away from dancing out of danger and giving the bats back to the Miners in the bottom of the ninth. Rogers at the plate. Ryan Sullivan waiting in the on-deck circle for the Bucs. Righty on lefty matchup. 1-2 pitch. Fastball high and outside. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 men on for the Bucs. Chad Castillo at second. Isaac Barrera at third. Anchorage Bucs leading this game 1-0. Rogers digs back in with an open stance in the left-handed batter's box. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball. Flied in the air out to left field. Kobe Boulware running to his right, makes the catch for out number 3. Bucs leave 2 men stranded in the top of the ninth inning. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Last chance for the Miners as they trail the Anchorage Bucs 1-0. Bottom of the ninth coming up here at Herman Brothers Field. It's sweaty palms time in Palmer as the Miners trail the Anchorage Bucs 1-0. As this is the last chance for the Mat-Su offense to ignite here and put something on the board as they try to avoid a 6th loss to the Anchorage Bucs this season and a series loss for the year as well. Justin Kirby will lead things off for the Miners in the bottom of the ninth. It's the 5-6-7 of Tyler LeBrun's order as Aaron Walters will await on deck. Sam Thompson in the hole. And as legendary PA announcer Wolfgang Winter exclaims over the PA system, it's rally in the valley time. There's never been a better time for a rally than right now for these Miners as Justin Kirby stands in. Kirby 1 for 3 on the day. Singled his first time around in the second, but since has flown out and struck out. Colton Rendon back out on the mound for the Bucs. If he's able to close it out in the ninth, it will be his 9th save on the year. Righty on righty matchup. From the stretch, first pitch. Fastball misses low, 1-0. Rendon worked the 8th inning. Will now try to work his 2nd inning here in the 9th. Kirby trying to ignite the rally for the Miners. Rendon set with his glove pressed against the chest. The 1-0 pitch runs inside for ball 2. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Miners in this one. They've left 7 men on base in this ball game. Kirby stands back in. The Miners team leader in home runs with 5 round trippers. Rendon working deliberately. 2-0 pitch. Fastball waved at and missed. Kirby took a big hack at that one as he was trying to tie the game with 1 swing there as the count now 2-1. Kirby third in the ABL in home runs. His last one back on July 6th in Kenai against the Oilers. 2-1. Fastball fouled straight back off the chain link fence, making up the backstop here at Herman Brothers Field, and the count is now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 of Justin Kirby's 5 home runs this season have come against the Anchorage Bucs. There's no better time for a dinger than right now for the Miners. Kirby steps in with an open stance. Righty on righty matchup, 2-2. Breaking ball in there at the knees for a delayed called strike 3. And Kirby, along with the Miners fans, very displeased at that call. It's a called third strike for the first out of the inning. Strikeout to lead off the bottom of the ninth. None of the Miners faithful agreed with that one. But nonetheless, there's nobody on. 1 out for Aaron Walters. Wally stands in. Miners down to their final 2 outs. First pitch to Walters. Fastball in there right down the middle, called strike 1.
And now Rendon's probably getting to a rhythm. After giving up 2 balls to lead things off in this inning, he's coming back with 4 straight strikes,
2 doubles for Walters back on June 29th against the Bucs. Looking for one here as he fouls the 0-1 pitch off to the left side over the Bucs dugout on the third base side, out of play. Counts now 0-2. That game on June 29th, the only multi-extra base hit game of the year for Walters as he stands back in. 0 for 3 on the evening. Rendon comes set with the glove pressed against the jersey. 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high and outside. 1-2. Rendon, one of the slowest workers in the league, works very deliberately on the bump. Now in his 15th appearance on the year, as he looks for save number 9. 1-2 pitch. Poked in the air out to left center field. Castillo drifting to his left in the gap. Makes the catch for out number 2. And the Miners are down to their final out in the bottom of the 9th. That brings up Sam Thompson.
Your catcher, number 18, Sam Thompson.
Thompson, the last chance for Matsu here. 0 for 3 on the night with 3 groundouts. 2 to second, 1 to third. Righty on righty matchup here. Thompson stands in. The Bremen, Georgia native awaits the first pitch from Rendon. Here it comes. Off-speed pitch low. Good eye by Thompson to lay it off. It's 1-0. The last time Colton Rendon allowed a run, July 2nd against the Miners. That day marked his only loss of the season as well. 1-0 pitch. Fastball right down the pipe for a called strike 1. Rendon has only allowed 2 runs on the season, the Miners accounting for 1 of them. And as I mentioned, Rendon's only loss of the season has been against Matsu. 1-1 pitch. Fastball waved at and missed. Thompson chased a pitch above the letters, and the Miners are now down to their final strike. The count 1-2. Other action in the ABL, the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks leading the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, who have won 6 games in a row entering tonight. That game 4-0 in the 5th. Last chance for the Miners. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt outside. Good eye by Thompson to lay it off as the count now even 2-2. Entering tonight, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots a game and a half out of the Miners for second place in the ABL. The top 2 teams in the standings at the end of the year get home field advantage in the playoffs. 2-2. Fastball upstairs. Count is run full. 3-2. 1-0 ball game. Bottom of the 9th. 3-2. 2 outs. Nobody on base for the Miners, as they look to avoid losing and being shut out. Payoff pitch on the way. Fastball in there for a called strike 3, and the ball game is over. The Anchorage Bucs come to Herman Brothers Field and shut out the Miners. The final score from Palmer, Bucs 1, Miners nothing. The Anchorage Bucs improved to 26-12 on the season, and they take the season series from the Miners 6 games to 5. The Bucs now owning the tiebreaker at the end of the year if these two teams were to be tied at the end of the regular season. With the loss, the Miners have now dropped their second game in a row. They fall to 22-15 and now sit 3.5 games out of the Bucs for first place in the Alaska Baseball League. Final tallies tonight for the Bucs: 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. For the Miners, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. We'll have post-game interviews coming up here shortly. Once again, our final score from Herman Brothers Field: the Anchorage Bucs defeat the Mat-Su Miners 1-0. Stick around, folks, for a post-game interview with one of the members of the Miners coaching staff.